Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm happy you decided to join us today. As you can see by that title down below, you guys, today we'll be reacting to Strangest last meal requests on death row. Ooh. And this is brought to you by the channel Be Amazed. You guys, I will leave this direct video link down below in the description box. So yeah, go check the video out, go check the channel out, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it.
In some states in America and other countries with legal capital punishment, there exists an interesting custom for criminals on death row. The infamous last meal. Convicted felons are granted the opportunity to select any food and drink of their choice within certain regulations on the eve of their execution. Here are some of the strangest meals ever recorded. Number 20. Victor Harry Fagger. In 1963, 28-year-old Victor Harry Fagger was sentenced to death by hanging for convicted kidnap murder. For his final meal,
I didn't know that was a thing
request,
until recently.
A single olive with the pit left in. After his execution, the olive pit was found inside Fagger's suit pocket, contributing to the popular belief that he intended to be buried alongside it so that the olive tree symbolizing peace would sprout from his grave. For a dangerous criminal, it's almost a touching sentiment. Number 19. Gerald Lee Mitchell. Jared Lee Mitchell's final meal was even sweeter than Fagger's, but in an entirely different sense. As he awaited his final moments on death row, Mitchell had only one thing on his mind when it came to his final meal: an assorted bag of Jolly Ranchers candy. After finishing the entire bag before facing the final curtain, it's safe to say this criminal intended to go out on a real sugar high. Number 18. Lawrence Russell Brewer. While some have a clear idea of the last thing they'll ever eat, others are totally spoiled for choice. Taking full advantage of this unusual opportunity, convicted killer and white supremacist Lawrence Russell Brewer decided to indulge in an enormous feast in 2011. He requested 2 fried chicken steaks with gravy and onion, a triple bacon cheeseburger, a cheese omelet with ground beef, tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and jalapenos,
he wasn't playing.
A meat feast pizza, a bowl of fried okra, a pound of barbecued meat with half a loaf of white bread, peanut butter fudge with crushed peanuts, and a pint of Bluebell ice cream, all washed down with 3 root beers. In a final screw you to the justice system though, Brewer refused to eat a morsel when the order arrived, claiming that he wasn't hungry. Texas Senator John DoIttMiaaaa was so furious that he decided to ban the last meal request in the state, so future death row prisoners have Lawrence Russell Brewer to blame for regular prison slop. Number 17. John Wayne Gacy. Another felon who capitalized on his last meal request was the notorious serial killer John Wayne Gacy, otherwise known as the Killer Clown Pogo. For his final supper, Gacy ordered 12 fried shrimp, a bucket of original recipe KFC, french fries, and a pound of strawberries. Prior to his conviction, Gacy had managed 3 KFC restaurants in his home city of Waterloo, and he clearly never got tired of that finger-licking goodness. Number 16. John Spinkalink. For some, food isn't the priority at all when it comes down to making a last order. Previously known as a heavy drinker, Spinkalink denied any special food to be prepared, but asked for a single flask of Jack Daniels instead, which he shared with the prison superintendent. After his death, the state of Florida's last meal provisions was revised to exclude alcohol altogether, but to be honest, going out while drunk doesn't seem like such a bad idea. Number 15. Eileen Wuornos.
What is she?
Eileen Wuornos
I
also
know I
requested
love
a
me some
beverage before
Eileen.
taking her last breath
Maybe
in
I
2002,
shouldn't love her, but like,
of a different kind. A single cup of black coffee.
I followed her
was all
story
she
closely.
wanted. It may seem like this request was her way of saying, don't even think about killing me before I've had my morning coffee, but Wuornos actually had far crazier motivations. In fact, she didn't believe she was going anywhere for long, as her notorious last words were, "I'd just like to say I'm sailing with the Rock, and I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus June 6th. It's safe to say she still hasn't turned up yet. Number 14.
I can't
Ricky
stand
Ray
him.
Rector. Ricky Ray Rector seemed to have similar motivations when it came to his last meal. Rector had ordered a tasty-sounding meal consisting of steak, fried chicken, and cherry Kool-Aid, followed by a slice of pecan pie.
Kool-Aid?
But he left his dessert untouched. When asked why he
Why?
changed his mind on the sweet treat, Rector simply said he was saving it for later. Whether this was intended as an ironic joke or a sinister hint that his return in the afterlife was imminent is entirely up to you. Number 13. Timothy McVeigh. What this senseless killer ordered as his last hurrah might surprise you, given the seriousness of his crimes. All McVeigh wanted to eat before his execution in 2001 was 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream, though it's unclear whether one remained chilled as he guzzled down the first or simply melted into a puddle beside it. To be honest, for a man responsible for 168 innocent deaths, even melted ice cream seems far too generous. Number 12. David Leon Woods. Convicted murderer David Leon Woods spent a whopping 22 years on death row before he was put to death on May 4th, 2007 in Michigan, Indiana. When the daunting moment finally came, Woods had a fairly simple request for his last meal. He chose a standard pizza and an entire birthday cake, both of which he shared with his family.
As it turns
out, his birthday was actually 3 months after his execution, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Number 11. Thomas J. Grosso. Thomas J. Grosso was not the brightest of the bunch, and when Judgment Day came in 1995, his final meal request reflected his questionable life choices. He ordered a plethora of extravagant foods like 2 dozen steamed clams, half a dozen barbecued ribs, a Burger King double cheeseburger, and 2 strawberry milkshakes, alongside a can of SpaghettiOs to be served at room temperature. When Grosso's meal arrived, he was served spaghetti and meatballs instead, a mistake he'd never forgive, as his final words were, "I did not get my SpaghettiOs. I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this." Number 10. Stephen Wayne Anderson. Grosso isn't the only one to throw a seemingly random ingredient into the mix when concocting the perfect final meal. Stephen Wayne Anderson was a pretty deadly criminal, but his food choices were interesting to say the least. Before his execution in California in 2002, the 48-year-old requested 2 grilled cheese sandwiches, a pint of cottage cheese, hominy corn mixture, peach pie and chocolate chip ice cream, and, well, a big helping of radishes on the side.
Peach pie or peach cobbler?
Number 9. Peter.
Yo, what would your last meal be if you were like on death? Ooh. Maybe that's not a smart question to ask. Never mind. Disregard. I don't even know why. That was crazy, Mia. Crazy. Hello. Cause what? Okay, whatever.
Number 9. Peter J. Minial. Convicted killer Peter J. Minial could give Lawrence Russell Brewer a run for his money for one of the biggest orders ever served on death row in 2004.
What was it?
Minial confessed to his crimes and was vocal about being ready to pay the price, but not before he gorged himself on this whopping order. He requested 20 beef tacos, 20 beef enchiladas, 2 double cheeseburgers, a pizza with jalapenos, fried chicken, spaghetti with salt, and a modest dessert of half a chocolate cake,
Did he
half
eat
a
it all,
vanilla
though?
cake, cookies and cream ice cream, caramel pecan
Now, that's
fudge
too
ice cream,
much.
and a small fruit cake. To wash it all down, he also had 2 lots of Coke, Pepsi, root beer,
That's
and orange
too
juice.
much.
Maybe he intended to explode Henry VIII style before facing the music. Number 8. Velma Barfield.
Oh,
This
she
sweet,
looks
God-fearing
sweet.
grandmother became known as
Yeah.
the Death Row Granny. Velma
What?
Barfield was the first woman put to death in the U.S. in 22 years when she was executed by lethal injection in 1982.
What did she do?
Not before she was
Little
granted
harmless
one
looking
final
thing.
meal. A cup of tea, a slice of coffee cake, or a fruit scone might be what you'd expect. But all Barfield really wanted was a packet of cheese doodles and a can of Coke. But for a devout Christian old lady who also killed 6 people, what can you really expect?
She
Number
killed
7.
6 people.
Robert Alton Harris. When you're ordering your final meal on death row, it's important to cover all bases. And why agonize over which takeaway to get when you can combine
I don't know how
a
to
lot?
feel about
This
that.
is exactly what murderer Robert Alton Harris did in 1992 when he requested a 21-piece bucket of KFC and 2 large Domino's
Everybody
pizzas
loving that
alongside a
KFC.
6-pack of Pepsi with
I ain't gonna
ice
lie, I
cream
worked
and
at
a bag of
KFC
jelly
for like
beans
4 years
dessert,
too.
and a packet of Camel cigarettes for good measure.
I was
Harris
the
is most
coldest
remembered for his
cashier.
final words, though, which were, "You can be a king or a street sweeper, but everybody dances with the Grim Reaper." Kind of prophetic for a seasoned criminal, don't you think? Number 6. Ronnie Lee Gardner. Plenty of death row criminals have used their final meal as an opportunity to make smart choices, and Ronnie Lee Gardner was certainly determined to make his sitting last as long as possible.
Okay.
He didn't go too overboard on his order of steak, lobster tail, apple pie with vanilla ice cream, and a 7-Up, but he also had another request: to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy while eating. Surprisingly, Gardner was permitted to do so, and with a combined runtime of more than 11 hours, this must have been the longest last meal ever. Number 5. Philip Workman. Gluttony was the last thing on Phillips's mind when he requested his final meal. His final request was for a large vegetarian pizza to be given to a random homeless person. but prison officials refused to do so, and he ate nothing. In a surprising turnout, on the day of his death on May 9th, homeless shelters in Tennessee received large amounts of vegetarian pizzas from people all over the country.
Wow.
So at least he did one good deed before his death. Number 4. Angel Nieves Diaz. Philip Workman may have gone hungry because of his strangely selfless request, but Angel Nieves Diaz deliberately turned down his last meal. As he didn't order anything special, Diaz was served the regular Wednesday prison menu of shredded turkey with taco seasoning, cheese, rice, pinto beans, tortilla shells, apple crisp, and ice cream. As surprisingly nice as that sounds, Diaz refused to eat that too, and in his final words, he condemned the death penalty as a form of vengeance, but also a cowardly act by humans. Number 3.
So what did he do to get on death row?
Chandler. For his last meal, he ordered 2 salami sandwiches on white bread with mustard and peanut butter, and a grape jelly sandwich on white bread with iced tea and a coffee. And with all that bread, it's safe to say, another one bites the crust. Shirt link on screen and in the description if you feel the need to expose the world to more crummy pills.
What?
Number 2. Robert Dale Conklin. Conklin clearly had expensive taste as he requested filet mignon wrapped in bacon, deveined shrimp sauteed in garlic butter with lemon, baked potato with sour cream, chives, and real bacon bits, corn on the cob, asparagus with hollandaise sauce, French bread with butter, goat cheese, cantaloupe, vanilla bean ice cream, and iced tea. Number 1. James Edward Smith. This convicted felon had one of the most bizarre last meal requests ever recorded. When it came down to his final meal request in 1990, all he wanted was a lump of soil. Although some have speculated that he did indeed intend to chow down on the dirt, others have suggested he planned to perform a voodoo ritual as the soil was specified to be the rayconda type, associated with witchcraft. As dirt was not on the list of foods permitted by prison regulations, Smith's request was denied and he was served a cup of yogurt instead, which of course is the only reasonable alternative. So, what would you order if you were in their position?
That one was crazy.
Which meal intrigued you the most? Let me know in the comments down below, and thanks for watching.
Now I know exactly why that was number 1, because that request was crazy. If we're going off like best requests, which one was the best? Which one would y'all? I'm not gonna ask which one would y'all have picked, because that's crazy. But like, which one do you feel like was the best? Because I mean, that was ranked off the strangest. Which one do you think would be the best meal out of everybody's last request or whatever? Yeah, that was a good video. I'm not gonna lie. This was my first time ever visiting DoIttMiaaaa, like the channel. So, you know, for getting my feet wet a little bit, you know, that was a nice video. We'll come back. We'll be back for more. If you guys want more and you guys want to see more reactions from me from this channel, of course, make sure you guys are tapping that love button, because that will let me know that you guys would like to see more content from this channel and my reactions to it. And then it also lets the algorithm know that you guys are enjoying the content. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, I don't know what you're waiting on. Subscribe now, like right now. And once you subscribe, all I ask is that you just go the extra mile and tap the notification bell also, so you'll be notified whenever I do upload a video. Therefore, you won't miss me. I won't miss you. We won't miss each other, and we can stay locked in. You know what I'm saying? Locked in, twin. Okay, I won't say that no more. But yeah, and I guess I'll catch you guys in my next upload. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm happy you decided to join us today. As you can see by that title down below, you guys, today we'll be reacting to strangest last meal request on death row. I don't even know why I'm acting like I'm so excited. Because I shouldn't be excited about this. But hold on, y'all, because my laptop is dying, and if we start this video right now, everybody's gonna be mad at me because I'm gonna have to stop. So give me 1 second, let me plug that up, and I'll be right back, okay?
It's Miaaaa, that girl you came to see. So grab your snack and just sit back, leave a comment in the chat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's Miaaaa, that girl you came to see. So grab your snack and just sit back, leave a comment in the chat.